What up? What's up, everybody? Say hi if you're around. It's a great Tuesday. Tuesdays are always amazing, right? Got Monday out of the way, kind of get everything kind of situated for the week, and then you're getting ready for the grind, right? Getting ready for the grind. But I wanted to jump on here and just talk to you guys for a minute. What's up? Say hi if you're just jumping in. Should learn this too. Make sure that you, I don't know what it is. Let's see. No, that's not it. I think it's like StreamYard.com slash something. Bam Helper or Sat Helper can help you with this as well. To allow Erica, do you know how they can allow this Facebook user can allow so we can see who they are? I think it's like facebook.com slash StreamYard, I think is what it is, will allow us to see that. You have to allow them. Amanda said, yo, what up, Amanda? Cool. Dope. Facebook user, same thing. I'll try to get that on here. I think it's like go to facebook.com slash StreamYard. Okay. And then just allow them for me to see your face on here if you want to. But I wanted to jump in here real quick. Tonight is not the night that I go live. Tonight is Sean Cochel's night. Okay. So Sean will be on here with you guys tonight, 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. Q&A, whatever you guys need when it comes to ads. Best dude in the fucking world to get you through it. I think he might be bringing along a little friend as well. So if you have search engine optimization questions, anything like that, hit them up tonight. They'll be on here. But a bigger thing that I wanted to touch on is really a lot of you are in here, you're grinding, you're getting tools on your tool belt. But some of you are afraid of sales. And I know I was at one point too. I remember when I first started, guys, I was shitted when it came to sales. I was like, fuck, not Joshua Osborne. Like, this guy doesn't sell. I can build, I can outwork anyone. I can do this. Like, I had all these preconceived notions that I had built up in my mind and my heart about salespeople, about that, right? And it took for me breaking down myself in order to figure out how I was labeling these things so that I wouldn't do them. And they were obviously holding me from my growth, and they're holding you from your growth right now. And so I wanted to break down a scenario with you and kind of like show you how, when I go through this, because I train a lot of people. As you guys know, I train thousands of people in different groups, this group, that group, this group. Even my mentors group, every once in a while, I jump in there and train, and he's got over 10,000 members. So I'm training thousands of people all the time. And when I'm doing that, I'm also learning, right? And I'm learning how to break myself down, how to break down these preconceived notions behind sales, my fears, right? My anxieties and different things. And I want to give you guys that little piece of advice today, because today's Tuesday, tomorrow's hump day, and I want you guys out there landing fucking deals. I want you focused on money-making activity, because that's what's going to change your life. That's what's going to build your business. That's what's going to get you out of the situation of why you're here in the first place, right? You joined for some reason that you didn't like the current job you're at. You didn't like the impact you were having, whatever it is. And this is going to help you go out and get it. I remember I was like so gung-ho, I guess is what you'd call it, about helping local business owners, right? But my problem being is that I didn't want to make a sale. I didn't want to be salesy. Every time I thought about sales, I thought about the car salesman, right? Like, just needy kind of person, right? And so how to break that down? Would you guys agree or disagree with Maslow's law? How many of you know Maslow's law, right? And I'm just gonna, if you guys don't know it, cool. Thank you for posting that so much, Sat Helper. Right there, StreamYard.com/Facebook, guys, if you want to jump in and do that, okay? That will allow me to see who this is right here. What's up, Facebook user? Cool. All right, dope. So StreamYard.com/Facebook. So Maslow's law, to get back to that, I don't have a whole lot of time here. I just wanted to get in here. I love just having these quick little drop in 4 to 15 minute kind of fucking things. But Maslow's law pretty much states this, guys. It's that every human on the planet, okay, every human, you, me, doesn't matter who they are, every single human on this fucking planet, we all make the best decision that we possibly can that will benefit our life at that time. And so we're not out there making a decision that we know is wrong for our life. We're constantly doing what we believe to be right, right? Even if you or I think that person is a complete dipshit, they did absolutely what they could with the information that they had, and they thought at that time that it was the best decision for their life, that it was going to move their life forward, right? Would you guys all agree to that? 100%, right? 100%, right? And there's like, and so obviously, if you guys agree to that, then you'll agree to this. When somebody takes an action, like you or me, right? And we take an action of not cold calling or not doing sales, right? When we take that action, the reason we're taking that action is that we have a belief about that action, right? Even if we take an action, let's say that we go and cheat on our wife, or we go and do this, or we go and do that. If we take that action, we can break that action down and say that that action was created by some type of belief in that person's brain, right? So boom, we get down to belief. So what belief do you have? What belief do they have, right? What belief is it that's causing that action to occur? Is it the belief that all car salesmen are pieces of shit and they're going to shove something down your throat that has no value and try to get you into a payment to drown you, right? Is that maybe the belief, right? And then, guys, once we understand the belief in ourselves or in somebody else that we're trying to help coach, once we understand that belief, we break it down to another level. What creates belief? Does anybody know what creates belief? So experience creates belief, right? So what experience is creating that belief for you that's creating the action of that of you stopping at fear or not picking up the phone and cold calling, or you not getting out of your own way? What experience was that? Was that when you were a kid, you know, your mom took you to the car lot, she got a nice car, it was cool for a week or two, and the fucking thing broke down and your mom was stuck with the payment upside down $30,000 or whatever it is? Or is it an experience of where everybody that you're around? Experience can also be what people know, right? The information that you take in. So maybe when you went over to your grandfather's, they were like, oh, that guy's a fucking car salesman. So every time they seen a car salesman, they cussed about him and they weren't happy with him. What was it that created that, right? Because it's not in attacking an action within ourselves. It's not within attacking a fucking belief within ourselves. It is within attacking the experience that we had and rewiring our brains around that experience and telling ourselves factual data that we're able to change the belief, which then changes the action, okay? So that's what I want you guys to go out and do. I know some of you have been sitting here on the sidelines for far too long. I want to get you out there. I want you focused on money-making activities, okay? Day in, day out, money-making activities. To give you an example of this, guys, so back when I was like 17 years old, I had this really cool best friend, right? Super good, solid friend. Best friend I've ever had. I had him for like 6-7 years. We were super solid through like middle school, all the way up through high school. I remember one day I started smoking cigarettes. Yeah, I was a bad boy, right? But I started smoking cigarettes, guys. And I remember driving my truck, little Dodge Ram 50, right? Just Dodge Ram. We're driving down the street, freaking smoking a cigarette. Boom, tossed it out the window, went into the grass. He freaks out, like has this crazy action, right? Freaks out, makes me pull the car over, jumps out of the car, cusses me out, like straight cusses me out, bro, and just walks. And we're like 4 or 5 miles away from fucking anything. No bullshit. 4 or 5 miles away from anything. And this dude was just like, fuck you, and walked. Never talked to the guy again until I understand ABE, action, belief, experience in life. And I reached out to him probably about 6 years ago now, 5-6 years ago. And he actually talked to me and we were breaking that down. And I was just like, hey, what happened? Right? Because here's the action. He had to have some kind of belief, right? And so he had the belief that if you flicked the cigarette out the fucking window, that you were a murderer. Like, no bullshit. That was his belief, that you were a murderer, right? And so I had to dig further and find out with this guy because I didn't want to just let it sit there. Okay, you're a murderer. And I was like, hey, well, what caused that? Well, what I didn't know was that he lived with his mom and his stepdad, okay? And I thought his stepdad was his real dad. but he lived with his mom and his stepdad. His real father went to prison when he was 2 years old for murder, for flicking a cigarette into a yard that caught fire and burned a house down and killed a little kid. Okay. So that was the experience that he had. And then he created a belief that all people that flick cigarettes out the window were a murderer. And then it created an action where he blew up and we didn't talk to each other for years, like years and years and years. Right. But that's seriously how it goes. And that's how it's going inside your body all the time. The people that you love, that you're around, understand their actions aren't just the actions. Stop attacking the actions. You really want to help somebody, dig back down, find those beliefs, find that experience, break that experience down. Like for him, I had to break his experience down that, hey, listen, I understand that happened, but that's freak. Like that doesn't happen. If you look, millions of cigarettes are flicked out of the window every single day, even to this day, right? And people don't die from it. So fact is, statistics say that's not the case, but that's what he took out of it, right? And we have to break down those experiences to create new beliefs within the people that we love, including ourselves, because we love ourselves, right? And then we create those new actions to where we can pick up the phone. We do start to understand that what we're doing isn't like a car salesman. It's not the same thing. What we're doing is providing value. We're charging for the time, expertise, and love that we're putting behind each and every one of these business owners that are out there, right? So have this talk with yourself. Have this talk with your family and friends if you want to help them. But this is seriously how psychology works. This is seriously what's going to get you to that next level. Let's go out there and get it. Have fun with Sean tonight, 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. Don't miss it. With that, much love. We'll see you guys later.